morning and welcome to Coffee and Connect. I have Brandy here and Ben's way back there being shy. They're playing with some of their favorite toys, which I used to be really worried about them playing with them because I thought they were gonna eat them, but they don't. They love Q-tips. I don't know why. I think it's because it's easy for them to pick up and throw, and they can carry them in their mouths. It's just fun for them. I don't know. Uh-oh! So they're having a good time. Ben's staring up my duvet. You okay back there, Ben? He's such a weird kid. So everybody's just having a good time. They're Q-tips. So today, I'm gonna pull some cards for you from these two decks because I feel like they're just calling to me that like they want to partner together. So it's the Psychic Tarot and the Angel Prayers Oracle deck. I hope everybody had a good new moon. That you're handling these big energies that are coming up okay. I know it's been kind of tricky. It's kind of a lot for some folks. Some people are feeling it more than others. And just know that, you know, there's a lot of old things that are coming up that have to come out. Yeah, it's like a kind of like a purging, kind of like a release. Oh no! Here, you want your Q-tip? Go get it. Go get it, wall girl. Okay, I don't remember what I was saying before. Big energies. It's gonna be okay. I know it's really uncomfortable for some of us right now, kind of frustrating, but it's all for our best, highest good. I'd like a message for someone that really needs it right now. So if you really need some understanding, if you really need some clarity, if you really need some encouragement, comfort, peace, love, I mean, who doesn't need that? But if you need a little bit extra right now, I'll pull some cards for you. All right, so we've got Heartache and Loss, Three of Swords. It's a tricky card. So if you are feeling this way, if you're feeling like you got some heaviness, some heartache, some loss, if you're doing some grieving, not necessarily that you've lost someone, but you're just feeling, gosh, like those heavy feelings of sadness and grief, heaviness, kind of like emotional overwhelm, like what is going on? Like, why can't I control my emotions? This is definitely a time that you are probably getting kind of quiet with yourself. You're probably being kind of alone. There's people that are falling away and it feels dark. It feels heavy. Like you can see that she feels kind of sad, but just know that this is that clearing out that I was talking about, that sometimes like when we are not able to get still and get quiet in the solitude of our own little, it's kind of hard to see, but she's like kind of in a cave. Like it almost looks like big, like wings, but these look like cave walls. So like when we're not able to get still, quiet, in tune with like our intuition, that small, still voice inside of us, those things can't clear away. So you're kind of being called into this time of like quiet, into this time of like processing those emotions, because they need to come up and out, because there's really, really great things that are coming for you. One of them is spiritual abundance, And, you know, I just love the, like the white of her hair, the white of her wings, the white of her outfit. Like white is the color of purity, cleansing. And this is a card of spiritual abundance, but she's got some coins in her hand as well. So, a lot of like the grief and sadness and like heartache, the difficulty, like the heaviness, the negativity that you've carried because of the hard things that have happened, that stuff has to clear out so that there's space for this abundance to come in. And you know, abundance is, it really applies to almost anything. That it can be, you know, this money that we've got here, the happiness, the joy on her face, like this light, you know, above her of, you know, the spiritual, intuitive, God source connection. Oh, sorry. Let me read you the message on the card. It says, "Thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance." And oh, I didn't even see the water back here. So water symbolizes like our emotions. It can symbolize like the energy that moves through us. So that abundance of like this peace and calm, like how still these waters are, how happy she is, this bright light, like just like she's literally giving, you know, this abundance. So, you know, once you're able to allow yourself to really release this pain, this heartache, this all this shit that you've been through, like whoever this message is for, like you've been through a lot of stuff, and I just want to acknowledge you, and I just want to validate that, like whatever difficulty you're dealing with, regardless of what people tell you, like if they try to minimize it, like it's very real to you, and like this pain is very real. And no matter how much you've self-minimized, which we do that, you know, that inner critic, that inner judge we have has a tendency to kind of minimize the things we've been through, like in comparison. Oh, it's not as bad as what somebody else went through, blah, blah, blah. Which is like, we don't have time for that shit. Like we go through the things that we go through, and they're real and they're valid to us, and we don't need anybody else to acknowledge those things. But if you feel like you haven't been heard, seen, validated, excuse me, like I just want to let you know that like I see you, I understand, and this time is coming to an end. Ben's here to say hi. You want to say hi to the people? No. And that, you know, this, as you're allowed, or as you're able to release and purge those difficult things you're going through, this spiritual abundance is going to come in. This abundance of, oh, sorry, let me juggle a bin. This abundance of like love, care, peace, calm, happiness, joy, kitty cuddles, head rubs. Oh, look at those teeth. Look at the teeth on this kid. Those things are coming in. And also, the next card that comes up is the Miracle of Nature. And the message is, "Thank you, angels, for helping me to reconnect through nature and fresh air." So in those, I feel like this is a guidance card. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on today. I don't know what's going on with this Ben 10. I don't know. If this is getting too heavy, if the negativity is too much, if you don't have the support systems that will listen to you to help you process it, this card feels like a card of guidance. That, you know, if you can get out in nature, whether that's like putting some pants on and stepping out in your backyard, whether that's going for a hike, whether that's going to a park, whether that's walking around your neighborhood, just getting outside, getting some fresh air. If it feels safest to go for a ride in your car and roll down the windows, just allowing that like clean air, those outside sources of nature and positivity and love and light to come in and surround you, because this has been heavy for so long. And I think some of you are having a hard time letting go of this, and that's not a judgment. Like there's nothing wrong with that. We process things the way that we process them. But if you find that you're really struggling and you're having a hard time and you don't have the adequate support system to deal with that, get outside, get some fresh air, step outside your apartment, step outside your house, go for a drive, roll down the windows. It's kind of a cloudy day here, but if you're someplace that's sunny, you know, if you can just stop for a couple seconds and let the sun shine on your face, I feel like that's really, really going to help clear this out if you're feeling stuck. If you're not and you're just processing away, awesome, amazing, whatever situation you're in, this is what's coming. So all this stuff is coming up and out because there needs to be space made for this to come in. So good things are coming. Good things are coming. Just hold on. If you're like really, really, really struggling, please DM me. Please reach out to me. I know that I've struggled with my own darkness. I haven't always had the relationship, the self-love that I have now. For a long time, I was ashamed of my darkness. I was ashamed of my sadness. I was ashamed or ashamed about the fact that like I get depressed sometimes, and I would try to hide that and mask it with like, everything's perfect. And until I really was able to sit with my own darkness, I wasn't able to really love myself. But the other thing that I realized is that the ability to be with our own darkness or not be with our own darkness really becomes present when you find yourself in a dark place and you're reaching out for support. The people that are not yet able to support you in your darkness are people that haven't been able to sit with their own darkness. And that's not a judgment. That's just kind of something for your peace of mind, that if you've been reaching out to people for support because you're in a dark place and they're not able to receive you, it's not a rejection of you. It's not that you've done something wrong. It's really just a message to you that these people can't hold space for your darkness because they can't hold space for their own darkness. So say all that to say that if you are struggling, if you're in a dark place, if you need support, please, please, please reach out to me. You can DM me, message me, however you feel like you would like to reach out, please do. This next message, I don't know who this is for. We're just going to see what's going to come up. Ooh, okay, so the Psychic Tarot card that came up was number 2, Intuition, which is the card for, I think the High Priestess. Yeah, 0's Fool, 1's Magician, 2's High Priestess. So this card is really about tapping into your intuition, which I think is very fitting for Aquarius season. Aquarius is very, spiritual. It's an air sign, so this is like really kind of big air too, like big air, like up in the sky. I think one of like my favorite things about this card is that this, to me, this looks like a mirror. And it's almost like she's looking into this mirror and like really tapping into the fact that she is like the universe. Like we're all God, source, universe, expansion. Like we all make up this, this macrocosm. And so that's the Psychic Tarot card that came up, which is Intuition, also the High Priestess. So if you feel like you're really coming into a place where you're able to kind of tap into your intuition, if you're seeing a lot of angel numbers, like triple numbers or angel numbers, if you are looking at the clock and it's like 2:22, 11:11, 12:12, even like 12:34, or like 1:23, any consecutive numbers, like those are really, angel messages. And so it's just kind of calling your attention to listen to your intuition. You can Google angel numbers if you repetitively see the same one. Like if you're seeing like 777, or if you're just curious. But those are all messages like that you're being called to really listen to your intuition. So the next card that came up was Move Your Body. Thank you, angels, for motivating me to move my body and energy. And so we have this little jumping, dancing, moving angel. We can see like all this energy, this movement. And so I think for a lot of us, like this Move Your Body, for me at least, immediately goes to exercise, which honestly, like in pairing with this is like kind of makes me cringe. Because, maybe that's just my personal thing, but also I think that there's such a focus on like the fitness culture right now and like aesthetics and what our bodies look like. And that, some of us have experienced times when like we were exercising not to move our bodies for the joy of it, not to move our bodies to express ourselves, not to move our bodies to shift energy and allow energy to flow, but for the aesthetic, because we wanted a flat stomach, or we were trying to get rid of cellulite, or like whatever these things are that are judgment based. This is not that. This isn't saying go on a diet. This is not saying go run a 5K, unless that feels really, really good to you. This is, as far as like, you know, intuition, this could be feeling like you have a lot of, feeling like you have a lot of energy inside of you, and identifying like, what is that energy? It's anger. How do I get it out? I'm gonna go punch some pillows. I'm gonna go, you know, do some kickboxing. Like, you know, moving our bodies with intention, to allow for that energy to flow, to allow for motivation to come in. So that, you know, you're coming into a place where you're learning about your intuition, you're being called to allow the energy to move through you, which involves like moving your body, whether that's moving through journaling, whether that's moving through speaking, whether that's living room dance party, bathroom dance party, whatever you're into, do you, boo. The next card that came up is the Archangel Gabriel, and she looks fabulous. The card is Speak Your Truth. Thank you, Gabriel, for, thank you, Gabriel, for helping me to speak with integrity. And so to me, what that feels like is you're going to get some intuitive nudges, downloads, messages, and you're going to be called to speak your truth, to share your truth. For me, this really resonates as far as just the fact that it's Gabriel. I have a tattoo on my arm of the symbol that is his name, her name. I guess angels don't really have gender. Their name. If you are just coming into a place of like tuning into your intuition, becoming aware of your intuition, if you're up leveling and you feel like your intuition has gotten bigger, stronger, more, you might have that call to move your body. And also, you know, using your voice, speaking your truth, because there are things that you have to say, words that you have within you that need to come out, that people need to hear. Like there's things that you want to bring to the attention of others. Things need to change. The old way is dying out. There's maybe things you need. There's things that you don't need anymore. There's boundaries that have been crossed. You're establishing new boundaries. Like this is the time to speak your truth. I think I'm gonna do one more. So I would like something positive to end this video on. Any like good news, any positivity, any, I don't know, anything good, happy, joyful, lovely that you want to share with us, collective, universe. Angels of the highest order, ascended masters of the highest light. Ooh, that's a good one. Ask and you shall receive, right? Who wants to come out to go with this beautiful card that we've pulled? Whoop, 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 whoop. Sorry, I'm having a good time. Ooh, the sun's coming out. Somebody jumped out. Didn't even see it. So these are, I love when like you can pull cards. I love when you can pull cards from two different decks and they just super resonate. It's so bright. Oh, even like the sun matches with the reading. It's like, oh. I'm not even gonna close the blinds, so you guys are just gonna have to deal with this looking weird. If it's not sunny where you are, you're welcome. Oh, this looks like we're about to like get teleported into an alien spaceship. Okay. Is this beautiful card of spiritual union. This is the card for the Two of Cups, which I've talked about many times. But this is just really lovely because what we have is these two people and they're putting together their like their third eye chakras. And you can see, hopefully you can see, there's like this little kind of space around them that is like part of this cup. So it's like this triad thing that through their connection, through their spiritual union, they're filling this cup of love together, which is like, I'm such a Cancer. It's so mushy. I love it. But like, we in the collective are coming into a time of spiritual union, and that can be spiritual union with yourself. This can be like, you know, like light and dark. This can be with a really close friend. This can be a family member. This can be love interest. This can be mother and child, father and child. Like any relationship that you have, there's a potential for spiritual union in that relationship, because we're coming into this time where a lot of the old ways are changing. You know, a lot of old things are clearing out, and we're making space for this really positive, authentic, like deep love to come into our lives. And for some of us, that's like really deep love for the self, like really deep acceptance for the self, deep self-compassion, deep self-kindness. If that stuff sounds really good to you, stay tuned for February. I'm going to be doing a self-love series in the videos. If you've been struggling in your relationship, like if you're currently in a relationship, in a marriage, even like parent-child relationship, any struggles that you've had in any of your current relationships, like there's a lot of things clearing out so that there can be space for this like deep spiritual union, this deep connection to happen. And I think another beautiful thing about this card is that they're eye to eye. You know, and neither one has their eyes closed. Nobody's looking away. Like this to me really feels like the ability to like be seen for your authentic self by whoever this person is for you. Whether that's you and you know, being able to really see the reflection accurately of who you are, whether that's like a partner, whether that's a spouse, a best friend, a child, a parent, that there's just deep love that is being given the space to grow and cultivate as we let go of like that old shit. The Archangel card that came up is Archangel Shamuel, and the message is open your heart. Thank you, Shamuel, for removing the barriers around my heart. Look at this guy. He looks like a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger of love. When we have walls around something, it's really hard to clear out that space. So it's kind of like if you have like that really tiny closet in your apartment or your house, and it's like packed full of stuff, and it's like, it's that closet with like the really skinny door, which doesn't even make sense. Like, how did you get all this stuff in that doorway? How did they even make a door for this doorway? What is going on? But you've got it packed so full of stuff that when it's time to take it out, it's really hard. Like it's really hard to get all of that stuff out because you don't have the space to get it out. So when we're able to let down our barriers, when we have someone named Archangel Shamuel that we can call on to help us bring down those barriers, to release the, you know, the fear, the mistrust, the past hurts, the current hurts, it makes it a lot easier to let go of those things. And as we are able to let down our barriers to release the difficulty, the pain, maybe it's not even that painful for you. It's just like old bad habits, old limiting beliefs, you know. A lot of people hold the limiting belief that you can't trust anybody. That is a huge barrier to opening your heart. If you feel like everyone is untrustworthy, you're not gonna open your heart. There's no point, because you've already decided that, like, you know, you and you and you and you are not trustworthy. So it's in my best interest to keep that wall up. But as we are able to open our hearts, let down those barriers, what comes in is this deep spiritual union. So I feel like that's a really beautiful way to end this Coffee and Connect, especially because these kids are all passed out. Man, are you sleeping? Oh yeah, this kid's asleep. Oh, somebody's awake. Yeah, I guess today's gonna be a lazy Sunday. Oh. Hey, little girl. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed those messages. Yeah, good things are coming. Good things are coming. This new moon is bringing in a lot of light and positivity and great things. Please let me know what you thought of the video. If you feel called, please share, please comment. subscribe. A few things that are coming up. In February on my Square store, I'm going to be offering $14 card readings for the month of February, the month of love. So there's going to be a couple different card spreads. There's going to be one for self-love. There's going to be one for like, where the heck is my soulmate? And there's going to be one for I'm happily partnered, but how do I keep a good thing going? I'm also going to do some videos for self-love. I feel like we have a lot of conversations about self-care in our society, on social media. There's so many memes, self-care is taking a bath, blah, blah, blah. I think we're good on the self-care. Like, I really think it's time for us to evolve into self-love. And so to me, self-love is 3 key elements. And if you're interested in learning about those, if you're interested in learning how to apply those to your life, stay tuned in February. I'll be putting those videos out, as well as full moon, new moon card readings and coffee and connects on Sunday. Yeah, I think that's it. And of course, these kids are going to be there. So thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me on your Sunday morning. I am going to get busy doing nothing because that's what Sundays are for. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.